heard us say, you don't really do the work because it's not painful enough to you not to. This isn't the basis of teaching that we were wanting to give to you. In other words, it is not our desire that you wait until things are unbearable before you begin doing the work. But the reason that we're talking to you as we are in this way is because we know, we can feel who you are, coming from all over the place. There are 63 countries playing with us here today. Nice to feel you all out there. Every state, all 50 states are listening in and participating. Jerry is listening from San Antonio and taking notes and enjoying. And what we are wanting you to realize as we are all playing together in this vibrational environment is that the larger part of you always reigns supreme. And anytime you are reaching for alignment with it, your life will be fuller and better in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, in this moment. And that's really what deliberate creation is. It's keeping up with who you are, or at least making an effort to keep up with who you are. And the more you do that, the more joyful your life will be. And the less freaked out you will be about exploring in the realms of the unwanted, because you came as physical creators and as physical manifestors, deliberately intending to sift through the data to give birth to desires. You can be observing something that's not so good, and maybe it's irritating you, maybe it's frightening you, maybe it's just frustration. It could be anywhere in that range of unwanted emotions, strong or not so strong. And as you focus there, you cause a vibration within you to reverberate in response to whatever it is that you're observing. You just let often that circumstance train you into a vibrational frequency. And then everything that happens to you now, this could take a while, now, reflects what you've got going on vibrationally. Now, what you've got going on vibrationally is always reflected to you by what you feel. But what happens to you so often is you become accustomed to feelings that are indicators of vibration that's going to reflect back to you more stuff that you really don't want so much. But you're hardy, we know. You take those classes, those stiff upper lip classes. You take those wrestle it to the ground and kill it classes. You take those life isn't supposed to be fair or fun classes. You take those I'm strong and I'm hardy and I can endure and I can persevere and life isn't supposed to be fun. And we say, yes, it is. It's supposed to be fun, not just now, but always. And what you're going to come to realize as you play with this more and more in a conscious, deliberate way is that it is oh so fun to witness something unwanted, maybe something really unwanted, because in the knowing of what you don't want, there is a bounce or the other end of that vibrational wavelength that knows exactly what you do want. And even though you can't maybe speak what you want because you're so embroiled in what you don't want, what you do want's bouncing out of you, bouncing out of you, bouncing out of you, because friends, you just got to know how obvious it is when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. In other words, that's that deciphering process, isn't it? And when you really don't want it, you really do want something else. And when you sort of don't want it, you sort of don't want something else. But this process helps you to define whether you can speak it or not. So, well, vibrationally speaking, that's sort of boring, Abraham, because I can't see that stuff amassing. I trust you sort of, but I can't see it, so it's conceptual. It's a theory. Feels a little like fairy dust all over it. I get the idea of it. I believe that vibration precedes everything, but to ask me to believe in a vortex that I can't see, when there's all this manifestation that I can see, oh, Abraham, manifestation is more compelling, because we can gather together in groups, we can agree on what we see, we can take tests about it, we can accurately acknowledge what it is. Manifestation is meaty. It's seeable, hearable, smellable, tasteable, touchable. It's reality. Abraham, manifestation is reality. We hear you. You talk to us all the time, and quite often you're annoyed. And we say, it is reality, but it's reality that has spawned and accrued and accumulated and come into your visual, sensual senses because It is a vibrational match to something that you've got chronically going on. And you have to know that, because as you move around the planet and you interact with people, you see people living in similar circumstances that are manifesting entirely differently. You see people who everything seems to always go wrong for them, and you see people who everything seems to always go right for them. And you just got to know there's a vibrational variance that makes the difference in what's happening to you, not just generally, but specifically moment by moment. So what we're getting at is you could be observing something that isn't something that you want. And as you're observing it, you're taking it in, you're having conversations about it. And in doing so, you're holding your vibration in an even more specific place. Because the more attention you give to anything, the more specifically focused you are. And the more specifically focused you are, the faster the energy moves and the faster the manifestation becomes. And so today, what we really want to emphasize, and we can feel you're up for it, what we really want to emphasize is the close proximity. It's so close that you could call it instant manifestation, although that freaks you out. The close proximity between the alignment that you achieve deliberately with your vortex and the manifestations that follow, or the not closeness with your vortex that you achieve and the manifestations that follow. We want to show you how whatever it is you're feeling is causing the manifestations to unfold. Now, sometimes you don't believe that because it feels like, oh, there's already people out there. There are already situations that have been created. I cannot create in the experience of another. But we want you to understand that you can evoke, you can elicit, you can rendezvous with. In fact, not just can you, but you do, with precisely in the moment how you're feeling in the moment, with precisely how you're doing, how you're feeling in the moment, with precisely how you're doing, how you're feeling in the moment. Now, friends, freak you out or not, that's instant manifestation. We love you very much. Become those who endure negative emotion to a certain degree. In other words, you all have your thresholds. You all have your endurance levels, sort of depending upon what you've bumped up against. You are not nearly, we love you very much, as picky as we would like you to be about feeling good all of the time. Because you got to understand, we feel good all the time. Because we want to. And we don't see any reason why not to, since that's the part of the agreement that we are involved in. We hold vibrational maintenance with the furthest request that mankind or you individually have come to. We hold the vision that life has caused you to give birth to. And we hold it so powerfully that there is never a time that you don't have access to it. If you care about the rendezvous more than you do about justifying or rationalizing or being right. Are you following what we're getting at? Now, most of you are in a situation where what you are witnessing is aggravating, annoying. You can put yourself into a state of fear if you try real hard, but mostly you don't. This defining, this preferring, this giving birth to new intentions. It's the evolution of all species. It's the evolution of the cellular species. It's the evolution of the human species. It's the evolution of everything. Is this energy or vibration that bounces from someone, whether you're a one-celled organism or whether you're a full-fledged genius human, focusing and identifying, whether consciously or whether vibrationally, identifying what it is you prefer. Evolution, expanding, becoming. But most humans are really slow on the trigger to go along with what they have birthed. Your inner being isn't. In other words, you were source energy before you came into this physical body, and only a part of that consciousness, a really rather small, we will not say insignificant, but it is part of you. In other words, the larger part of you remains non-physical. Here you are, physically focused, this wonderful personality that is you, sifting through and preferring, expanding, becoming, asking, whether you put words to it or not. Someone's rude, you want nicer people around you. If you're sick, you want to be well. If you're really sick, you really want to be well. If you don't have enough money, you want money. All day, every day, bounce. And the source within you, becoming, because every time you say, I'd like that, source who holds no resistance, your inner being who holds no resistance, becomes what you've asked for, vibrationally speaking. Now, that doesn't ring your bells very much because you're into manifestation, and it's okay. That's why you're here in these flesh, blood, and bony bodies. You have come for manifestations. You've come to this leading edge because, to line up and manifest, it just doesn't get any better than that. This is not catching up time. This is leading edge time. You're not here to prove worthiness through your manifesting. You're here to prove creation through your manifesting. In other words, you're here to create through manifestation. If you find yourself, and Jerry and Esther have heard themselves saying this a little bit in the last months, now what? In other words, now what? What is life going to solicit from us now? Now what? Because dreams that we've held for a very long time are now manifested. Now what? What deeper, richer, more meaningful desires can be born? What desires can hatch to which we can find alignment that will cause a manifestation that will be over the moon thrilling, you see? And that's the thing that we want you to realize is available to you all day, every day. You are expansive, deliberate, genius creators. But we can only apply the deliberate word when and if. We can only apply the deliberate word when you care how you feel as much as we care how we feel. Occasionally over the years, Esther has said, Abraham, I'm not in a good place, and I now understand that this negative emotion that I'm feeling means that I have caused a vibrational resistance, separation's too strong a word, between where you are and where I am. So if you were any kind of a friend or inner being or angel or God force, if you were half what you are cracked up to be, you would come over here where I am and hold my hand until I feel better. And we say, you're kidding, right? You want us to leave the vortex so that we can help you back in? How could that possibly work? Your only chance of feeling good is to know that we're here and feel for us. That's what your emotions are. Your emotions are your indicator of your success or lack of success, of aligning with who you really are or not. Are you getting this? So you cause the expansion of the source within you, and then the source within you holds steady the vibration, holding bright the light, holding bright the signal, holding bright the feeling, knowing the well-being that you've added so that you can feel your way into alignment, because that's what rings your bells. So, as you stand in your physical body and you're aware of the buffet that's before you, some things you can look right at and know you prefer them, and some things you can look at and know that you would like it to be better. And have you noticed that if you let yourself believe in your own or global or mass consciousness, personal or bigger expansion, that you cannot stop for a moment thinking of what would be better? Esther's been in the new kitchen in Texas, and most things that are in most cupboards have not been there very long because she keeps finding a better place for everything. Anyone who's trying to find something that was there yesterday is in trouble, because today it's in a new and improved place for a while. In other words, she'll find the place that works perfectly in time, but it's very funny to her that there are so many places for improvement no matter how good something is. You never run out of the desire to expand because you are eternal beings. So this expansion is contained, and that's not an accurate word because it's fluid and flowing, but it is held. That's not really the right word either because it's fluid and flowing, but